God has indeed blessed America. Over the last 200 years, under His guidance, America has risen to levels and achievements attained by few other nations in the history of the world. Yet notice how we've responded to Him in recent years. Ironically, in a nation once distinguished for its faith and made great by its people of faith, public expressions of that traditional faith are now viewed as a threat to government. This is nowhere more evident than in our courts. For example, in the case Warsaw versus Tehachapi, a federal court ruled that it was unconstitutional for a public cemetery to have a planter in the shape of a cross. For, as the court explained, if someone were to view that cross, it could cause emotional distress and thus constitute injury in fact. In the case Roberts versus Madigan, a federal court first ruled that a teacher at school could not be seen publicly with his own personal copy of the Bible, and then ruled that a classroom library containing 237 books must remove the 2 books from the library which dealt with Christianity. In the case Alexander versus Nacogdoches School District, an anti-drug speaker with the National Drug Czar's office was prohibited by a federal court from delivering his anti-drug message to the students in Nacogdoches, Texas School District. The reason? The judge pointed out that the speaker was also known as a Christian minister and thus was disqualified from delivering a secular anti-drug message that he'd already delivered to over 3 million students at thousands of public schools. In the case Commonwealth versus Chambers, a man was convicted and sentenced by a jury for taking an axe handle and brutally clubbing to death a 71-year-old woman in order to steal her Social Security check. Yet that jury sentence was overturned because the prosecuting attorney, in a statement which lasted less than 5 seconds, had mentioned a Bible verse in the courtroom. For mentioning 7 words from the Bible in the courtroom, the jury sentence of a man convicted of a brutal murder was set aside. Is this how government is to operate? Does that decision to overturn the jury sentence actually constitute good government? If one examines 1 Timothy 1, 1 Peter 2, Romans 13, or a number of other scriptures, God makes it clear that the purpose of government is to reward the righteous and to punish the wicked. Yet in this case, the wicked was protected and the righteous was punished. That decision violates every biblical standard for good government. Such decisions as this fuel the outcry for good government. However, the means of securing good government has been debated in America for over 3 centuries with differing conclusions on how to achieve it. For example, in the 1660s, when the people of Carolina were drafting their first state constitution, they sought help from political philosopher John Locke. Locke authored their 1669 Constitution in the belief that good government would be secured through the enactment of good laws. Locke reasoned that if righteous laws were in the Constitution, then no matter who was placed into office, he would always be bound by those righteous laws. William Penn applied a dramatically different philosophy at about the same time when he established the government of Pennsylvania. While Penn did believe that good laws were necessary, he did not believe that a long state constitution filled with righteous laws would be the means of securing good government. Penn understood that something more than good laws was necessary. He explained, "Governments, like clocks, go from the motion men give them. Wherefore governments rather depend upon men than men upon governments. Let men be good, and the government cannot be bad. But if men be bad, the government will never be good." Penn understood that the quality of government depended not upon the goodness found in laws, but rather upon the goodness found in leaders.